Okay, so I wanted to challenge myself this week with this little micro lesson and make a blues lead that was as simple as possible in the easiest, most basic terms that I could think of. And so I thought the only way I could do that would be to get rid of theory. We're not going to talk about theory. We're not going to talk about chords or scales or patterns or any of those things that tend to trip people up. I'm going to show you a very simple little shape here, which looks like a square or a rectangle, and it's really just 4 notes. And everything that I just played came from those 4 notes, 4 fretted notes. And so this is what the region looks like. I mean, it's really this simple. It's that little box right there, or rectangle. So I did it there, and then I did it an octave lower. The same notes, but just an octave lower. And I'll show you both of these regions. We'll talk it through. But everything I played in the intro came from those 4 notes. And so if you can play those notes, you can play along with this. And the reason I'm doing this isn't to say that scales and chords aren't important. Obviously they are. But sometimes it's good to just start making music. Get a few little parameters to work with and start playing what you feel. And then you can start tacking on other things and getting more advanced with it. But you can see that you can make a lot of music with something that simple. All right, so if you would like to download the tablature for this week's lesson, as well as the MP3 jam track, you can get those things by going to activemelody.com/micro and do a search for ML070. Otherwise, we'll go through everything note for note. I'll put the tab up on the screen and we'll break it all down. Let's take a listen to that first little part, the first phrase, get it in our ear, and then we'll talk it through. All right, so this little blues jam track that we're going to be playing over is in the key of A, and it means, it's just your typical blues. It's got your A chord, your D chord, and your E chord. But we're not going to think about the chords. We're just going to be playing this little box here. Now, here's how you can find this box, and I want you to connect this in your mind to the fact that the song is in the key of A. So the only thing you're going to really need to know is the note names on your first string to be able to do this, just to line this up. But you have to find your A note on your first string. Now, if the song was played in the key of G, you'd have to find your G note, which would be down here. But anyway, we're in the key of A, so our box that we got to find to be able to play all these notes looks like this. Right? So do that with me. 5th fret first string to 7th fret first string, and then 5th fret second string, 7th fret second string. That's the box. There's another box, which is down here between the 2nd fret and the 4th fret, and that would be on string 4 and string 3. Same notes, it's just an octave lower. So we have those notes, and then you have those notes. So the first thing that I played in that intro goes like this. Right? Now this sounds kind of like a chord. It sounds like a 6 chord or 13 chord. But you don't have to worry about that. It's just 2 notes from the little box. And you can remember this going forward. If you want to get that sound, that kind of B.B. King chord sound, that's one way you can do it, is just to find the note that's the key of the song. So in this case, it'd be 5th fret first string, and then we're playing along with that the 7th fret second string. And I just played it on those little off beats like that. Now remember, as a premium member, you have access to the slow walkthrough and the on-screen tab viewer, which you can slow that down and loop it to get the timing right and everything. But anyway, that's the notes. And then we have, so that's the 5th fret first string, 7th fret second string again, and then back to the 5th fret first string. You can see that what we're doing, we're just playing with these little notes here. Now these notes, for those of you that want to know what they are, they would be major pentatonic scale. In fact, that would be pattern 2 of your major pentatonic scale, but you don't need to know that for this. All right, so then the song goes back to that B.B. King chord, and I played. So that's the next phrase we're going to learn. So you do the little double stop there, the 2-note chord, and then it goes. That's a bend on that 7th fret first string. Now I realize we're bending to another note, which is making it more than 4 notes, but 4 fretted note. That's what I said. So it's not a full bend, it's really more of a half bend. You're bending up to this note. And I did 3 of them. And then there's this kind of Clapton lick. That's a hammer-on, pull-off, hammer on. So it's between the 5th fret and the 7th fret on the 1st string, and then we do the 7th fret 2nd string. So, and then we go back to that 5th fret 1st string. So let's look at that. It goes, and then back down to the 7th fret. Okay, let's take it from the beginning and play up to that point. Okay, so this next lick goes, right? These are all just licks you can use in this little box here. I want you to walk away with a whole bunch of new ideas for playing lead. It doesn't have to be scales all over the neck. Look at this, we got this one tight little region. So that's another half bend on that 7th fret 1st string, a lot of repeats here. Play it without the bend, then 5th fret 1st string, and then watch this, 7th fret 2nd string, 7th fret 1st string, back to the 7th fret 2nd string, and then we go to the 5th fret 1st string. So you can kind of double up there. You might as well, right? There's 2 notes in the box. You can't hit a wrong note when you're playing in this little box. That's what I love about it. Okay, so let's listen to our next phrase. All right, so then we have the little BB King chord, and then watch this. That's for the 5 chord, that's for the E. Okay, let's look at that. It's 5th fret 2nd string now, 7th fret 2nd string, back to the 5th fret 2nd string, and then there's a half bend on the 7th fret 2nd string. So that's what we do. Now all of that fits perfectly over that E chord. And then we go 7-5 on the 2nd string. All of that was 2nd string. Now we do basically the same kind of thing, but on the 1st string. And I think the way that I played it goes. There's the little lick there, and then it's 5, 7, 7 on the 2nd string, 5, 7th fret 2nd string, and then the little BB King chord at the end of that. All right, so it goes like this. Let's learn that. Same little box. Remember, now we're just playing it down here in this lower octave. So we're on the 2nd fret, 2nd fret 4th string, and then the 2nd fret 3rd string, and we're going between the 2nd fret and the 4th fret now. So I played it like this. So we're sliding with ring finger, 2nd fret 4th string, up to the 4th fret, 2nd fret 3rd string. We go back to that note, and then we go 2, 4 on the 3rd string. So it's a hammer on between the 2nd fret and the 4th fret on the 4th string, and then we go 2, 4, 2, 4. So it's like this. And to get out of these stops in the song and get back into the groove, I went. So I'm playing another hammer on between the 2nd fret and 4th fret, 2nd fret 3rd string, and then I came back up here to the 4th fret 3rd string and did half bends, just like we did kind of up here, doing the same thing but an octave lower. That last one I gave it some vibrato. So you can see there's a lot of technique that's going on. Even though we're limiting ourselves to just 4 notes, there is still some technique, like doing a bend, half bend with vibrato. Now that can be tricky, I realize. If you can't do the vibrato, just skip that part. All right, so this next lick, we're back up here to this top box. So it's a quick slide from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the 2nd string. And then we go 5th fret 1st string, 7th fret 2nd string. So it's... Alright, so let's try that again. 7, 5, and then... So that's 5th fret 1st string, 7th fret 2nd string. That's what that whole lick sounds like. So it goes. And then this final phrase is basically a repeat of what we've done. So we had the little B.B. King chord thing. And then... Right? It's just the same stuff we've done. So 5, 7, 5 on the 2nd string. There's that half bend on that 7th fret 2nd string. And then 7, 5. And then there's a stop. And then there's a half bend on the 7th fret 1st string. So it goes. So 7, half bend on the 1st string, release it, and then down to the 5th fret 1st string. And then, so 7, 5 on the 2nd string, 5th fret 1st string, and then the last note is 7th fret 2nd string. All right, so let me back up and I'll play through this one more time so you have one final version of this. But hopefully this has inspired you to grab any jam track that you can find and start playing along. Just figure out what key the song is in. That's going to be the only challenge you might have. And just what I would do is I'd just take that 1st string and go walk it up. Just keep checking my notes until I find the one that's a match with my ear, and then find your little box from there, and you can start working these in and start playing and making music.